Hey, docs. I want to talk about priorities today and how we structure our calendars. I think it's really important that you consider to me, what is on your calendar is exactly what shows what your priorities are in life. Okay. And so, one of the examples is, for Kate and I, we talked about, we could say all we wanted that our marriage is a priority, or our relationship to God's a priority, or our whatever it may be. But if it wasn't really that way on our calendar, then what we were doing was just a bunch of hot air. Okay. And so what we try to do is make sure that our life is reflected on our calendar the way that our priorities should be. So, if it's things like God first, or marriage and family second, kids third, work fourth. Okay. If that's your priorities, how does that set on your calendar? And so, work is something that you have to give respect to. It is what makes the rubber meet the road. It's your profession, right? You have to have respect for your profession. But it also, it will fill up every waking hour if you let it. And so what I look at it is the 3 Ps: prime, prep, and play. So I look at it on my calendar, I put play stuff in first. Like, when am I going to take vacations this year to recharge the batteries? When am I going to be off to play with the kids and enjoy these kids that we have that I'm raising while they still live with me? That play time is really, really important. Okay. So I put vacations and things like that on the calendar first, and I know when they're going to happen. And I usually do that 12 to 18 months in advance. Then I put my prep time in there. Now, it's so weird because in the world of dentistry, it's like, if you're not seeing patients, you must be off for the day, which always kind of ticks me off because I'm never off. I'm always working on stuff, but those are my prep days. So my prep days for me, it isn't just a day to goof off, sleep in, never do anything. I get up at the same time. I have a day full of meetings, planning, prepping, and I also schedule mental health time, exercise time as needed. Okay, because that is part of prepping. It's when I meet with my nutritionist if I'm going to do that. It's when I meet with my trainer if I'm going to do that. It's when I meet with accountants or lawyers if I need to do that, or business meetings, whatever it is. Those are my prep days. If I'm going to do continuing education, that's a prep day. If I'm going to do, any reading that is specifically about dentistry, trying to get myself prepared to be better, that's a prep day thing. And then my prime time is work. Okay. And I always schedule my work so that I get a certain number of days every single month where I am chairside doing clinical work. And I try to structure that so that I have the right number of clinical days every year. And I know to a T how that's going to work. If I miss a day, an extra day, 1 month, I make it up the next if possible, or sometime very soon thereafter. But I respect the work because you know what? Dentistry is an extremely wonderfully paid, unleveraged profession, meaning that you got to be there working to make the income. And if you got to pay down those loans, reach your financial goals, whatever it is, you got to get in there and get the work done. And it's just being consistent, show up, do it, but don't let it consume your whole life. You got to spend time preparing for your future. You got to spend time playing, because it's when you recharge, it's when you take care of yourself. Okay. So don't neglect the people that you love in your life. Don't neglect yourself. Okay. Schedule that. That is your priority. And then certainly circle back and get your work done so that when you're there at the office, you can be focused. You're not worried about all these other things that you need to get done. You can focus on what you need to do because you've taken care of everything else on the other days. Okay. Hey, let me know what you think of this. Let me know how I can be of service to you. Hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to you soon.